Hi, everyone. I'm John C. Morley, the host of the JMOR Tech Talk Show and Inspirations for Your Life. Hey guys, it is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. Welcome to the JMOR Tech Talk Show. It's great to be with you. We are in the first week of May, and today is May 5th, 2023. Thanks so much for popping into the JMOR Tech Talk Show. We have a great show just for you tonight. There's a lot happening that I want to share with you. First thing on the pike is Western Digital is to bring services back online soon after a security breach. So they said just recently that it had restored the My Cloud services, and I quote, and expect customer access to its online store to be normalized in the week of May 15th, more than a month after the data storage chip maker disclosed a security breach. So WD said, and I quote, it is progressing through the restoration process and a majority of the impacted systems and services were operational. The unauthorized party obtained customer names, telephone numbers, and partial credit card numbers from its systems, Western Digital said in a statement. The company said it would communicate directly with impacted customers and was investigating the validity of the data. So Western Digital's factories were operational throughout the incident, and the company is shipping products now that it wanted people to know. So the company said that it also would communicate directly with the impacted customers and was investigating the validity of what was going on. So definitely interesting. No large company or any size company is impervious to any type of situation where, you have all kinds of requirements or regulations. For whatever reason, they don't follow through. They don't have a plan in place. They don't evaluate their stuff. I mean, there's lots of reasons to why, Western Digital, their companies are getting hacked. And you might say to me, hey, John, and this is probably a very common question, why did Western Digital get hacked? And this is interesting. They notified customers that obviously were affected, so they could secure their data. But Western Digital confirms that it was a cyber attack on the My Cloud home outage system. And the company confirmed that the incident may continue to cause disruption to parts of its business operations and possibly a symptom of ransomware attack. This is very interesting. And they also said, ladies and gentlemen, that it was implementing proactive measures to secure its business, including taking systems and services offline. So the login service for the Western Digital My Cloud Home had been unavailable for a while, and although the company did not confirm these two events are related, it's safe to speculate that guess what? They are. And just recently, as of this past Tuesday, the issue still seems unresolved as Twitter users are still claiming to not have access to their data. There are important files in the system, and this loss is really a problem. And I think it's a lot more serious than they're letting on. The My Cloud status page shows services offline, and I quote, we're currently experiencing a service interruption that is preventing customers from accessing the My Cloud Home, the My Cloud Home Duo, the My Cloud OS 5, SanDisk IBI, SanDisk iXpand wireless charger service, and the team is working very hard and urgently to resolve these matters. But This just goes to show you, ladies and gentlemen, it's not a question of if you'll get attacked, but when, if you are not properly protected. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we're moving on to our next topic, which is AI. AI could be a transformative as the industrial revolution. And you might say this is very, very strange. But UK's outgoing chief scientist urges ministers to get ahead of the profound social and economic changes because AI, they said, is definitely going to cause some. This new culture of AI is transforming lots of things, the government, and so many things, medical, and they urge Britain to act immediately to prevent huge numbers of people from becoming jobless. I mean, I think that's pretty cool. Just understanding how this works and the changes that the ChatGPT style and generative AI could usher in, it's scaring some people. And I want to quote, there will be a big impact on jobs, and that impact could be as big as the Industrial Revolution was, close quote, by Valence. He told the Commons Science this. The issue is people are not necessarily prepared for what AI can do. And so AI is programmed by humans, right? But it's designed to learn. And we saw not too long ago that the United States passed a bill that it's illegal to have weapons detonated or fired autonomously, which you would think would be the case anyway, but now they made it actually a bill. So it would be illegal if that happens. And the question right now is, will AI ever gain consciousness? Is I gaining consciousness? And AI is growing. I think a lot of people right now are just afraid of the capabilities, what could happen, data breaches, and all kinds of stuff like that. But is that really what's going on? Is it? Remember when the Google engineer said that AI has become sentient. Others believe that AI is close to consciousness. So the question I ask you, ladies and gentlemen, do you think, honestly, AI is becoming conscious? And this question is going through many people's heads. Will artificial intelligence have consciousness? It's a very complex and a multifaceted question. Research argues that AI may be capable of subjective experiences and consciousness. Others put forth arguments to suggest that machines are fundamentally incapable of having these experiences. So, how would an AI become conscious? Perhaps what makes us conscious is the way our brain integrates information to that rich form that we have and models from the world. If that's the case, an AI might achieve consciousness by integrating information in the same way. So, artificial consciousness, or AC, also known as MC, machine consciousness, or synthetic consciousness, is a field related to artificial intelligence and cognitive robotics. So the question is AI ever going to have feelings? Short answer is no. AI is a machine, and machines do not have emotions. They could simulate emotions to some extent, but they do not actually feel them. So this might have you, I guess, a little perplexed. Can your AI have emotions? It's not possible for AI to replicate human emotions. However, studies show that it would be possible for AI to synthesize emotions. Can artificial intelligence understand emotions? Well, AI and neuroscience researchers agree that current forms of AI cannot have their own emotions, but they can mimic and they can, yes, understand your emotions. So, if they can understand your emotions, that means that they could become, I guess, a tiny bit conscious. And of course, machines have to be programmed to recognize what feelings are. Something interesting that happened is they said that we may actually see AI emotionality before the end of the decade. How will AI become emotional? It's going to come down to a lot of training data, information that may not, let's say, connect with everyone. And we know a machine can't have emotions, but we know that they can learn emotions and they can replay. Can AI teach us to become more emotionally? Yeah, it can enhance our emotional connections. I think it's in Europe or other parts of the world, you can build a custom AI pleasure robot. That's right. You can build a custom AI pleasure robot. And I know this sounds like so out there, but they've already got this in Japan. Robots you can program to meet your personality. So, does a robot have a personality? It's advanced and it's part of the artificial intelligence system, which smart machines display certain behaviors that are like human behavior. And it refers to the ability of a robot or software system to interact with people emotionally as well as on a logical level. I don't know if you know Peppers. Pepper is the world's first social humanoid robot able to recognize faces and basic human emotions. Hmm. There's also another one called Victor, a smart home robot with a personality. Kind of sits on the counter. But I think the question people have is, are we in some type of danger? So we'll keep you posted on that. But they are making advancements right now into bridging consciousness. I don't want to tell you they're becoming conscious, but they're starting to understand more than they did and being able to crunch numbers in a way that allows them to have access to more simultaneous data. All right, the Biden administration unveils an AI plan ahead of meeting with tech CEOs. So, what the heck is this nonsense all about? So, the White House this past Thursday announced a series of measures to address the challenges of artificial intelligence driven by the sudden popularity of tools like ChatGPT. course, the rising concerns about technology and potential risks for discrimination, misinformation, and privacy. So the government plans to introduce policies that shape how federal agencies procure and use AI systems. The White House said this, and the step could significantly influence the market for AI products and the control. The NSF, or the National Science Foundation, will also spend $140 million to promote research and development in AI, the White House added, and the funds will be used to create research centers that seek to apply AI to issues such as climate change, agriculture, and public health. And this was all per the administration's comments. So the plan came the same day that the Vice President, Kamala Harris, and other administrative officials met with the CEO of Google, Microsoft, ChatGPT creator, OpenAI, and Anthropic to emphasize the importance of ethical and responsible AI development. And it also is trying to be in alignment with the UK's government inquiry that was launched this past Thursday into risks and benefits of AI. And they cited there are many risks to the public with AI tools. Biden said, and I quote, underscored that companies have a fundamental responsibility to make sure their products are safe and secure before they are deployed or made public, close quote. So the question is, are people going to take this responsibility? Are companies going to take this responsibility? Or is this going to be, I don't know, something that's going to have to be policed or managed like the FCC, Federal Communications Commission? Is there going to be an NAC, National Artificial, or NAIC, National Artificial Intelligence Commission? Don't know. But that's very possible we could have an NAIC, National Artificial Intelligence. Commission. National Artificial Intelligence Commission, NAIC. We'll have to think about that. That's really interesting. All right, Mr. Elon Musk says he's found a CEO for Twitter. So what does this really mean? And what are you doing, Elon? I mean, is this really going to be the best thing for the company? Or, to be honest, are you, I don't know, making some big bucks off of this? And that's I guess, what I want to know. And so, who is this CEO? Who did Elon find to be a CEO? Is he going to reveal that information? He found a woman to lead Twitter as a new CEO. Elon Musk said that he found someone, and the question is, what's going on? That he's not giving too much information. So we'll have to see what he's going to say in coming weeks. But it's definitely going to be something everyone's eye is going to be on. All right. Well, Peloton share price falls 14% after product recalls and data breach. What's this all about? This is amazing. So, as you guys know, TechCrunch is a pretty big site that carries lots of different stories. And they covered this one. And so the thing that's interesting about this one is that the company Peloton admitted that its treadmill products are dangerous. The company's recalling them. And TechCrunch brought the news that the company has a pretty serious cyber security leak, and the big ups to Zach for leading the report here. And so investors were really interested about what was going on. On a more serious note, Peloton faces a grip of competition from Tonal to mirror what they're doing. So, what's happening, and what is the Peloton um, data danger with their equipment? And Peloton's owners warned of the new security risk as a result of an unsuspecting gym goer taking the Peloton bike for a spin could be very dangerous. But why? And it's related to the touch screen on their bike that could potentially be controlled by hackers. Ooh. So this means there could be a threat that could affect close to 2,495 bikes used in public spaces such as hotels or gyms. And because the hacker needs to physically access the screen using a USB drive containing malicious code, this could be a mess. And according to McAfee, one of the security companies out that produces security software, a hacker can discreetly control the station's bike screen remotely and interfere with its operating system. That means hackers could, for example, install apps that look like Netflix or Spotify and steal the user's login information. Ooh. More alarmingly, cybersecurity teams were able to spy on users via the camera and microphone, which is normally used for video chats with other users. So, this is a problem. As a result, an unsuspected gym goer taking the Peloton Bike Plus for a spin could be in danger of having their personal data compromised. You know, as I said to you, it doesn't just happen to big companies, it can happen to small companies, high profile companies, including McDonald's, Microsoft, and Electronic Arts have had security breaches. And they're not going to be the only ones. Peloton did release a mandatory software update that fixes the issue to users earlier this month, and the security risk doesn't affect the lower price Peloton bike. Of course, it doesn't, because it uses a different type of touchscreen. So it's important that you get this update if you have one of the newer Peloton bikes, or check with Peloton to see if you do need an update. And the report marks the second security concern for Peloton in 2 months. The fitness firm released a security update that sealed a leak that was revealing personal account information such as a user's age, city, and weight. And news of that bug was released the same day. And Peloton recalled its treadmills after a child died and others were injured while the machine was operating. That's frightening, ladies and gentlemen. So basically, you get a message on your screen. Oops, your important files are encrypted. If you see this text, then your files are already encrypted. Perhaps you are busy, but don't waste your time. Nobody can decrypt this except us. We guarantee that you can recover all your information. All you have to do is submit payment. So they're becoming a place to spread ransomware. Wow. You know, anything, ladies and gentlemen, that has, let's say, access to the internet, that has a microphone, that has, let's say, a way for you to input data, right? But many devices IoT are security risks. Did you know that? Many. Customers are less likely to pay attention to their IoT devices as to whether they're up to date or not. So there are some top IoT security threats that I would like to make you guys aware of. And you might be saying, John, I don't need to worry about that. Well, it's the people that don't worry about it that are actually the ones I'm actually concerned of. You heard me correctly. They're the ones that I'm concerned of. But why? There are top Internet of Things security threats. And it's been a part of people's lives. So, one threat is espionage and eavesdropping. They could listen to what you're saying, they could activate the camera and see you. And of course, ransomware attacks, encrypting data, whether that be health data, whether it be your phone's data, computer's data, whatever it is. It's becoming more serious and not just an annoyance. Then we also have shadow IoT. It's the concept of bring your own device, or bring your own device, as we know, has become very popular. A lot of these devices are IoT based and not secure and brought into the workplace by employees without the IT department knowing about it. Then the cyber criminal has the opportunity to hack into the company's system and have a big field day. So hackers can penetrate these devices and can access corporate networks. Botnet attacks, those where hostile actors take control of a series of connected devices and have them launch a distributed denial of service attacks against certain targets. Lack of IoT security awareness. Hackers will likely take advantage of users' lack of awareness to initiate social engineering attacks. So I think people should understand the risks of an IoT device. Now, I'm not saying they're all bad, but I'm saying you need to understand how to use these devices so they don't put you in harm's way. They don't make your life become somebody's victim. So there's industrial espionage and eavesdropping, there's ransomware, there's shadow IoT, right? There's botnet attacks, lack of IoT security awareness. And I think some people believe, well, it's only my bike, it's only my Alexa, it's only my SARI, it's only my this, my thermostat. We have to stop thinking like that, because your data is going to a server, and chances are that data is going to be sold, sold to the highest bidder. And just imagine what would happen if that data that you precariously was sharing, maybe you were in a family conversation, or maybe you were sharing passwords, or you were revealing what you were going to do for the weekend. And suddenly, a bad actor gets a hold of that, and then they break into your home. But you might say, well, John, I have no way to protect this. You do. If you're using an IoT device, you owe it to yourself to either make sure you secure it or get someone that can help you secure it. Because you may not be just compromising you may be compromising everyone around you. That's pretty incredible. If you take the approach that we need to secure everything, even if it is secured, if you take that approach, you're not going to have any surprises. You're not going to have any Trojan backdoors or horses being brought to your kingdom as ploys that are supposed to be gifts, but they're not. They come to trip you up. They come because they know you're asleep. They come because they know you're going to be off guard. They come because they've done it so many times to other people. That's why they come. And if your life got hacked by an IoT device, that would not be a pleasant thing. I will tell you that a lot of people buy IoT devices and they don't realize the security risks that are behind them. They just don't realize it. And if they don't realize those risks, then it's very easy for them to fall prey into challenges. And you might say, well, gee, I bought this from a reputable company. Well, that doesn't mean that you're going to be safe. It doesn't. I'm just being honest with you. Your data could be exploited. And once it's exploited, it's a challenge. So let me give you a situation of something that happened to me recently. You guys know I'm very secure with two-factor and all kinds of passwords that change and IP blocking. So I was at a car show in Franklin Lakes just the other day. And when I was there, I started getting all these alerts on my cell phone. This charge happened, that charge happened. I was like, it's probably spam. So I wait. The next day I check the bank account and I see these transactions. $26 smoothie in Atlanta, Georgia, $149 for food delivery, $28 breakfast. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, had this happen? Because I locked my credit cards down, Mac down, and there's just no way that that's going to happen. So I figured out what happened. I was at a gas station, and this is the last time I give somebody my card, because what they did was they took a picture of it, and then they keyed it in. They probably sent it off to someone. And so when I talked to my bank, of course I wasn't liable. They overnighted me a new card, and that worked out pretty well. But how can you overcome that? Don't give your credit card out to people you don't know. You might, well, gee, I got to give it to the gas station people. No, you don't. You actually could get out of the car and do a tap to pay. And if you do that, then no one's going to have access to your data. Okay. I knew it didn't come online for me. I was like really sure that it didn't come from online for me. And you might be saying, hey, John, that's like nuts. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it is definitely nuts. And so you might say, well, gee, John, I don't have time for all this. Well, I understand you don't have time for it. I get that. But if you suddenly realized that your life was changing. Right? That could be an issue. That could be a big issue, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not talking about a small issue. I'm talking about a big issue. And so I want you to understand that we have to make a choice to be safe. If you're at an ATM machine and there's somebody behind you, don't use it. If you're going to the bank and there's someone else that pulled in right after you and you're not comfortable, don't go to the bank, go somewhere else. Or maybe you're on a road and suddenly you make a turn and the car follows you. And so you make a few more turns and the cars followed you. So now you know they're following you. What do? You pull into a local police department parking lot and you'll see them just drive away into the distance. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you know who I am. I am John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It's been a privilege. It's been a pleasure. It's been an honor to be with you this fantastic, amazing first Friday of May 5th. And I feel that if you just become a little aware, I'm not saying you have to be totally aware, you need to understand that when people are extra nice, they might be after something. There's a client of mine just yesterday. They went out to dinner with this group of friends that they thought they knew, younger friends. And then suddenly nobody could find their cell phone. Possibly those people might have taken it. Then the person had to buy a whole new cell phone, which is quite crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. I hope you'll like, love, comment below, tag your friends, colleagues, and associates, share this out with everyone you know on social media. And of course, click on the PayPal link, make the choice, ladies and gentlemen, to buy my team and I a cup of coffee, a bowl of fruit, or a savory plate of a delicious dessert. Either way, we'll be grateful for those pennies and dollars from investments in new hardware, new technology, new equipment, new software, even so is to give you the most jaw-dropping, motivational content to empower you to change your life. Be sure to check out Believe, BELIEVE, meachieve.com, or take your camera, scan the QR code, check out all the great information. I wrote an amazing article just recently, and there's so much stuff for you to check out. Science Fridays with John, Super Motivational Friday, JCM coaching on Monday, and of course we do our JCM Academy coaching once a month, which is completely free, and then we have paid courses, and then we have live in-person courses. I think people get complacent and they don't want to do anything different. So they figure if you do it this way, we'll be fine. Guys, I hope, and ladies, that you have a wonderful evening, and I'm going to see you guys back. You know when? Yep, I'll be back tomorrow. So take care and be well, everyone. Have a great night and a good morning.